This is a tutorial on how to make a button using Keynote. You can honestly use any image to make a button on Canvas. However, this is an easy way to do it. First, choose the white presentation. You can delete those boxes, you don't need them yet. You can choose any shape. I'm going to choose the square and the circle so that you can see two different ways to make a button. Now, you're going to want to make sure that there's no shadow on either one of these shapes or any shape that you're creating for a button. You can change the color, so I'm going to go ahead and make this one lime green for Sanders. I'm going to make this one with a border. If I go to border, picture frame, and then this is the tape sticky note that Diana and Jason had on the SMS Retreat Canvas page. Notice I have to make the image big enough so that that tape can show up. I'm going to go ahead and make this circle the same size. Now, what I'm going to do is add text. So you go up to text, insert that text box. For the first one, I'm going to put second grade page. I'm going to center it. I'm going to change the font. Then for this button, I'm just going to write insert text, drag it up there. For this one, I'll put Facebook. Change the text. Change the color. Alright, now I have two buttons made. The next step is to create an image of these buttons. So what you're going to want to do is make sure preview is open. I have preview down in my dock. It's saved there. What you can do is search for preview and open it. Now preview is open up here. But you're going to want to drag over that button you made, copy it, click preview again, file, new from clipboard. It's going to create an image. I'm going to save that image to my desktop so that I can find it. Second grade button. I'm going to do the same thing for the other button I just made. I'm going to drag from outside of it over it so that everything's highlighted, copy it, click back on preview, new from clipboard, and save. There we go. Now, I'm done with Keynote. I'm going to go over to my Canvas page. I've clicked on pages. This is my own class website that I made last year. So if you go to view all pages, you can see all the pages that you have. I have a test page just so I can show you how to make buttons. Now that's a button I've already made. I'm going to edit. I'm going to delete this button. Go to images, upload, choose the file, find the one that you just made. I made two of them, so here's the second grade button. I'm going to choose that, upload it, and then I'm going to find my other button that I just made. And I'm going to upload it. And then what I'm going to do is I need to link these images to a page. Otherwise, they're just images. So the first page I'm going to link it to is the second grade web page, Canvas page. I'm going to highlight all of it, the URL, copy the URL, click on the image that I want to link to the URL, paste, insert link. Now for the Facebook one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to copy the Facebook URL. You could do this with any web page that you want to link to. So say you have a really good website you want parents to go to. Find an image that you want that to represent that web page. Either screenshot it, save it, put it on here, and then all you have to do is link the URL. Now what I'm going to do is save. There they are. Now I'm going to click on the second grade page. Boom, it brings me to second grade page. I'll click on the Facebook button. Boom, it takes me to Facebook. How awesome is that? Now, one thing I want to show you, if you notice that these two buttons are super close together, something that I like to do is I like to put them on tables when I'm creating them. So if I go back to the second grade webpage, I can show you what that looks like. If I edit this, now, as you can see, I inserted table here. You would go up to table, insert, and choose however many you want. I like to make sure that when I'm doing it, I have two tables for one, or two boxes for one button, because I'll put one button in there and then have a box that will create a space between the rest of my buttons. And as you can see, I have a button, space, button, space, button, space. And I did the same thing down here. You can create smaller buttons, link them to whatever you want, and make sure you save. All of ours, for example, all of second grades go to another page. So I linked important information to the page important information. And see how it goes to pages? I did the same thing for upcoming events. If you click on upcoming events, it goes to the page upcoming events. You can do that to any button, any page you have. You could have a button linked to discussion. So say I want discussions, I would create a button, go to the discussion I want, and then I would, so this is an example discussion. So let's say Schmidt's multiplication. You would copy this URL and you would link it the way I showed you before, edit, and you would link it to that button. Now I don't want that to link, so I'm not going to do it. But that's, I mean, it's so simple. There's so many different possibilities. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.